Brother who lives in Ocala. I think he's been there for about 3 years now, but very good. Okay, Al, my name is Mark. QTH is Moorfield, West Virginia, about 105 miles due west of Washington, D.C. And we're running an FTDX 101MP, old Heathkit SB220, about 1400 watts to a dipole. All right, Al, back to you from WC1X. Go ahead.
Okay, Roger, Mark, Roger. Good coffee, really nice. About 15 dB over at 9 here in Ocala. Yeah, the FPD 101 sounds great with the SB.
What the hell?
There. I'm running a 7300 here, ICOM, and the antenna is kind of it's a major compromise, actually. I'm in an HOA here, so at nighttime I put a little fiberglass mast up and hang a wire from it, so just running barefoot here about 100 watts. And on your brother residing here in Ocala. Whereabouts is he here? Is he also an amateur operator? Over?
Yes, he's a ham. I don't have his address in front of me, but he's a ham with a heavy HOA neighborhood, so he has a HF mobile antenna attached to his car, and he runs a coax cable to it so he can operate from home. So that's how he gets around the HOA. Over.
Roger. Yep. QSL. Very good. I may know him. I belong to some of the amateur groups here. One is the, you could ask him next time you chat with him there. I belong to the Sun Country Amateur Radio Society here. Over.
Yeah, his call sign is WO1W, and his name is Gene. Does that ring a bell?
Did you say James?
Gene is his name, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that. Is it Juliet, America, Mike, Echo, James?
Golf, Echo, November, Echo, Gene.
Gene, Roger. Okay. Boy. W01, or WO1W. WO1W. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. He might be right around the corner from here. Hi. As you know, there's a lot of HOAs down here in Florida. So many gated communities. It's unbelievable. I have a son that lives here in Marion Oaks, about 11 miles from me. He's not an amateur, but he's a musician. But as a young boy, I was starting to teach him CW, and just being a musician, he caught on to it real quick. I think he learned CW in about 2 weeks. But he's a guitar player and a musician, so right now he doesn't have his ticket. At any rate, it was great running into you and hearing you on here. You have a really, really nice signal. And what kind of antenna did you say you're running there again, Mark? Over?
It's a center-fed dipole. It's 240 feet long. It's about 70 feet high. And I'm using open wire feeders to a balanced antenna tuner. And I use this antenna on 160, 80, and 40. And we're at the QTH, and the antenna farm is right on the top of a high ridge. We're about 1,850 feet ASL. So it makes for good propagation. Over.
That certainly does. Let's see here, WC1X, KA3FAD. Well, I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I've been down in Florida here for a number of years. My dad was here basically his whole life, so we've been coming back and forth from PA to Florida my entire life. At any rate, up there, I lived in a little town called Summit Hill, which is pretty high on a plateau, about 1,500 foot above sea level. Had a nice tower, a lot of antennas on it, and terrestrial antennas, and a much higher profile setup. I think my elevation here is about 89 foot, about 89 foot above sea level, which is good considering our weather and the flooding and that sort of thing that we experience down here. But of course, Ocala being a little bit more inland, I know that we've been spared with a lot of hurricanes and that sort of thing. We still get the tropical storms and depressions. It's not nearly as bad as the coastline. Yeah, the antenna I'm running here, like I said, it's just a piece of wire. I think I have it, it's non-resonant, and I try to work it on a few different bands. I have a 901 balance, or 901 I mean, there. And I believe the mast goes up about 15 foot vertical, then it goes horizontal about another 50 foot, and then it comes down into a sloping pattern about another 10 or 15 foot. So it's about 84 foot in total there, Mark. You would tell me.
Okay, very good, Al. Well, it's working for you. In the past, I lived in various places and had to improvise and getting an antenna up, meaning low profile, but I was managed to get on the air. And yeah, my parents retired to Ormond Beach many years ago. They since passed away, but used to visit them in Ormond Beach. And we had some friends years ago. They used to live in Fort Myers, Florida, right on the Intercoastal Waterway, and we visited them several times. They had a really nice place, but that was some time ago, probably about 25 years ago, but interesting place, Florida. KA3FAD from WC1X.
Yeah, it sure is, Mark. WC1X from KA3FAD. Yeah, it's a lot different. I've been retired each year. I'll be 70 coming up here in December, and been a ham for a long time. Actually, I was licensed in 1967 originally, and then it lapsed. I had my office there for the, I don't know if it was 2 years at the time that you had, or 1 year before you had an upgrade. At any rate, I got involved with girls and that sort of thing in school, and put ham radio on the side here for a little while. Then it came back, so I did KA3FAD ever since. And was in the Air Force, so I used to run some coal pass Air Force stations and that sort of thing overseas. I was stationed at the munitions support squadron called Niagara Air Base in Green. And all over the world actually, but that's where I ran the Mars solution from. And I mainly am a CW operator, to be honest with you, but I like to get on phone here, especially when I'm testing out new antennas. That's just a lot easier to do. Okay, on Ormond Beach there, that's directly east of me there. I believe I could reach Ormond Beach in about an hour and 15 minutes or hour and 20 minutes. We're close, as you know, we're a little bit closer to the Gulf side here. And you know, when you think about it, Florida is just a peninsula out in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by water on three sides, and the weather comes up real fast here. Pilots have a lot of fun down here. But the good part about it is, for pilots anyway, it's flat, so they can see if they ever have to land or look for a place to land in case of a problem. So I have a friend, his daughter's a chiropractor over in Tampa, Clearwater, and he's a pilot, so he fills me in on some of the stuff here, flying in Florida. Let's see what else I could tell. Could I ask you for a signal report, just out of curiosity? Not that it matters all that much to me, because obviously you're hearing me, Mark, but what kind of signal am I giving you here with 100 watts in this antenna? Over.
Okay, Al. Well, the first half of the QSO, you're about S9, a little bit over, and I think propagation's changed a bit between us. Now you're about S5, but for the first half of the QSO, you're about S9. A pretty good signal, and like I said, the band has changed a bit, but fine on everything. Yeah, I've been to Florida many times, and I liked it. Age here 64, I retired about 3 years ago, and at the time we were living in Canada for about 3 years. I had a assignment there, and it was either go back to my old position in California or retire, so I decided retirement, and we're looking for places in northern Virginia.